Welcome back to the Memphis Tech Pharaohs College Football 26 Dynasty. We have 3 weeks to go in the regular season, and we are in first place in Conference USA. We are also ranked number 15. That's that number next to our name. And we sit atop the conference with a 6-0 record. We have 2 conference games left. So if we just win one of those 2 games, we should assure ourselves of a trip to the conference championship because we've already beat Liberty and we haven't played UTEP. So, that would break the tiebreaker with Liberty. You can see we scored 373 points, allowed 195 for a difference of 178. And in the college football playoff bracket, you can see right there on the left, right now we are scheduled to take on Oregon in the first round as the 11 seed. And we haven't looked at stats a whole lot this entire season, so let's get in here and do a real quick look at that. Bryce Frost, 219 completions of 309 passes, so 70% completion rate. 2,528 yards, 25 touchdowns, 7 picks, and he's averaging 280 yards per game. We need to get that over 300, so these next 3 games, we're going to be throwing the ball a lot. Got to get that deal breaker up from a C+, because he's only a sophomore. We do not want to lose him. On the rushing side, Keontae Tyson, 203 carries for 1,324 yards, 6.5-yard average, 14 touchdowns, 9 runs of 20 yards or more with a long of being 76. Receiving side, Talyn Shettron, 76 catches for 1,133, averages just shy of 15 yards and 12 touchdowns, long of 83. And he's got 623 rack yards on the season. 11 drops is a bit much, but we'll live with that if we get this kind of production. On the blocking side, we have allowed 6 sacks the entire season. 6. Defensively, corner Terrell Pace leads the team with 82 tackles. Bubba Van Claiborne has 80. He also leads the team with 24 TFLs. Jaquez Blanks has 18. Joshua Townsend with 17. Sack-wise, Townsend with 7. Van Claiborne and Pace with 5. Picks, 4 by Blanks, 1 by Collins, which was a pick 6. And there's a look at our stats. And now we're going to get into these last 3 games. Kennesaw State at home, Florida International at home, and Louisiana on the road. Like I said many times already, that's a rematch of our New Orleans Bowl game from last year. So let's hop into this first game and try and secure a spot in our conference championship for sure. And hopefully we can get some recruiting work done. We do have some visits this week, and we need to finish some guys off. We have nobody signed at this point. And as I've said previously, we are not going to show game action from total blowouts either direction, so you get highlights from this first game. Kennesaw State was no match as we beat them 49-0, up 35-0 at the half. So let's get into these highlights. Memphis Tech gets on the board first. Frost drops, throws over the middle, caught Talyn Shettron, first touchdown catch of the game, up 7-0 early. Shettron's going to have a big day, as you'll see. Next drive, Frost drops, little drag over the middle, and Shettron again, his second touchdown of the first quarter. We're up 14-0. Can't leave the defense out of this. Kobe Garland had a game. There's the play action, comes right around the middle, does the stunt, and down goes the quarterback. That was the first of 3 sacks for him on the day. We had a ton of sacks, but he led the way with 3. As you see him just do the stunt and run right up the middle. And then our next touchdown, knocking on the door again. Frost drops, looks, pressure coming over the middle, caught, and Shettron beats everybody to the goal line for his 3rd straight touchdown in the half as we go up 21-0. Shettron having a year, Heisman candidate. But somebody else would get in on the fun here as we go play action, RPO pass at the goal line, and Alex Gunderson gets in for the 2-yard reception as we're up 28-0 here in the second quarter. But Shettron wasn't done as Frost, another drag over the middle, caught, and that's his 4th touchdown reception of the half as we're up 35-0. And then the second half kickoff, special teams wants to get involved here. Trayon Bell takes it, runs straight up the middle, finds a hole, gets to the outside, and there was no way the kicker was going to catch him as he goes 95 yards to the house to start the second half, and it's 42-0 at that point. And Talyn Shettron would add another touchdown in the fourth quarter. He had 5 touchdown receptions on the day as we blow them out 49-0 in a laugher. You can see 9 catches, 81 yards, 5 touchdowns. And he was definitely the man there, and that should definitely help his Heisman candidacy as we guarantee getting into the conference championship with that wins. Check out the stats. See, we had 31 first downs to their 7. They only had 91 total yards of offense to our 445. They had minus 20 yards rushing because of the sacks. We had 132. Passing wise, they were 8 of 21 for 111. We had 313 yards. We were 9 out of 12 on third. They were 1 out of 12. We lost a fumble. Both teams had a pick. And time of possession was almost 10 minutes more. Let's check out these player stats. Frost, 30 of 38, 313, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Tyson, 27 carries for 119. Didn't get on the board there. But Shettron with his big day. Gunnarsson, 7 for 77 and a touchdown. Look at this, 17 pancake blocks and 10. So our top 2 guards, 17 and 10 on the pancakes. Defensively, didn't have a lot of tackles because they didn't have the ball very much, but we did have a lot of TFLs when they did run the ball. And on the sack side, there's probably 25 there. Sack side, we had 8 sacks in the game. 1 pick by Haynes. That was late in the game. And Bryce Frost set the Memphis Tech single-season passing touchdowns record in that victory over Kennesaw State. Talyn Shettron set the Memphis Tech single-game receiving touchdown mark with 5 touchdown receptions in that same game. And he broke the career receiving touchdowns mark in just 1 season, and we have at least 2 more games, maybe 3 or 4, I don't know, it depends. 2 more regular season games, though. And let's advance this week, see where we end up in the polls. And we get our first signing of the season. 4-star D tackle Anthony Melvin from Nashville, Tennessee, stays in state. We also got a 4-star free safety, Jude Square. So 2 4-stars. Awesome. Got them in. And we've got 4 guys visiting this week. Terrell Pace, Conference USA Player of the Week. 2 tackles, 2 deflections. Not sure why. Talyn Shettron, Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week with his 5 touchdowns. National Player of the Week with his 5 touchdowns. And now Wisconsin's gotten in there. And they have a visit week 11, so we may lose Johnny Jameson. That's okay. We got a 4-star here, another 4-star here, although Notre Dame's kicked in. We need to add some points to him. Let's give him 50. Number 1 on Ficken and Drogi and Mustard, Ebron. Everybody and their brother wants to get in on this one, so let's up him to 50. Give Marquez Green 25 points at strong safety. Leave him there on there for now. Good there, good there, good there. Number 1 on all of these guys. I could move this guy to guard. He's at 110 though. First, let's give him 50 points. Anybody else need points? This edge. Give him 50. He's got a visit this week as well. Might lose this guard. All right, that's it for recruiting. Let's upgrade our coach. All right, so now we're second tier on motivators, so we get increased boost on the skill caps, and we stay hot through timeouts, quarter change, and across games. Need to throw some points here on O-line, and then we need to head down to the secondary because our defensive coordinator has all of these down here, so that'll keep our entire team hot through games. I want to get to level 3 so we can get some extra offensive training in the between seasons. All right, so now let's hop into this game against FIU. Should be a much tougher game. They're 7-3 on the season, and then we wrap that up against Louisiana. So let's get these last 2 games in, get this regular season wrapped up. And now we have one last home game on the regular season. It's senior day, taking on Florida International, and trying to also go undefeated in Conference USA play and stay highly nationally ranked. Florida International is no pushover, so this should be a good game. And we're going to kick the ball off first. See, we have a full house tonight. Big crowd this late afternoon game. And it's going to be a touchback, and Florida International is going to start on their own 25-yard line. You can see their quarterback, Tyler Proctor, almost 3,000 yards passing, 27 touchdowns and 2 picks is great ratio for the quarterback. So we got to be careful here. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff, trying to find a hole. That's Anthony Carey, and he only picks up 1 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 9. Here's the RPO pass out into the flat. Gets by a defender. That's Tarvarish Dawson, and he finally gets brought down for a 20-yard gain. And they're going to run no huddle a lot in this game. Here's a handoff to Carey. Tries to find a hole. Gets dragged down after a 4-yard gain, and after an incomplete pass, it's going to be 3rd and 6. Proctor looking, good pocket. Looking, sideline shot. And it is knocked out. Incomplete pass there. And that'll bring up a 4th and 6, and they're going to have to punt on their first drive as the defense comes up strong. It's an angled punt, and it's out of bounds on the 21. It's only a 28-yard punt by Brock Hemphill. You can see Frost and Shettron were unbelievable against Kennesaw State last game. We go 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Tyson's got a hole. It gets dragged down. Picks up 4 on the play. That'll be 2nd down and 6. He was quiet other than his rushing yards last game. There's another hole up the middle. He moves the chains pretty quick here. 11 yards on 2 carries. That's another great ratio. And that'll be 1st and 10 to 31. Frost drops. Good pocket over the middle. Caught. Wow. Tyson with the Texas route. He got blasted, but he picks up 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Frost, drag route, caught by Page. Outside the numbers and gets dragged down at midfield. And another 1st down. Tight formation now. Frost drops, looks, throws, out, caught Shettron, and he's going to be short. 8-yard gain. Bring up a 2nd down and 2. 2 backs in there. That's Hardy with Tyson. Tyson goes in motion. And here's a handoff to Hardy. Tries to get outside, and he doesn't quite get there. It's going to be 3rd down and inches. Frost dropping, looking, throws over the middle, caught, and that's going to be a 1st down. 12-yard slant. Javian Foreman, after an incomplete pass on 1st down, we have 2nd and 10. Hand off to Tyson, tries to power his way up the middle and picks up 3. Now bring up a 3rd down and 7. Frost, short drop, throws over the middle, caught, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down, but there's a flag on the play, and it looks like it's coming back. That's going to be holding on the offense. Max McClure, the right guard. That's going to make it 3rd down and 17. Frost dropping. Here comes pressure. Throws. Shettron's got it. He's shy of the 1st down, though, and he gets dragged down. 11-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 6, and we're going to have to try for a field goal here instead of having the 1st down. And he shanks it left. Got metered there. Overkicked. And he hooked it left, and we get no points out of that drive. After Florida International went 3 and out and had to punt, we get the ball back now on our own 41. Frost doesn't even drop back, just stands there, throws over the middle. Foreman's got it. It's enough for a 1st down right there, 11-yard gain. Frost drops, screen pass to Tyson, got a good outside block down the sidelines. 30, 25, 20. He is in for the touchdown. See that DB come flying across the screen there, but he got there late. And Keontae Tyson goes 48 yards on the screen pass, and Memphis Tech is on the board first. He is a weapon in the pass game as well. Great block there, and they had no one on that side of the field, and it was a foot race. And despite their best efforts, they weren't going to get there. Number 7, like, know where he came from. And after the score, Florida International driving. Proctor looking, and he gets chased, and down he goes. 8-yard sack. Deshaun Weeks, and that's going to stop their second drive as they're going to have to punt again. Weeks with that pressure right up the middle. It was just too much for Proctor. After the punt, we're going to start 1st and 10 on our own 18-yard line. Frost drops, throws over the middle. Shettron on the drag to the 30, cuts it back. And it's going to be shy of the 35, down to 34, picks up 16 yards. First down again from there. There's a handoff. Tyson, big hole up the middle, into the secondary, gets drugged down right around midfield. 14-yard gain on that. And we're going to hop ahead to the start of the second quarter. Same drive. 1st and 10 on the 41. Handoff to Tyson, cuts it back. He gets dragged down, but he gains 5. He gets down to their 36. And after an incomplete pass, we have a 3rd down and 5 now. Frost drops, looks, caught. Page has got it, cuts it in, and he gets dropped. Not until he gets another 1st down. 12 yards on that end route. Now we got the 2-back set. And handoff. Strickland tries to cut it back, and he's going to get swallowed up. Only picks up 2 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Substitute Hardy in for Strickland. And off to Tyson, tries to get outside, cuts it back, huge hole on the backside, and he's going to get a 1st down. 11-yard gain down to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. Frost drops, looking, throws, got Foreman on the drag. He's going to pick up 3. He's 2nd and 7. After an incomplete pass, going to be 3rd and 7. Frost looking, steps up, takes off, tries to get to the end zone, and he's just shy. He does get the 1st down. Frost does not run very much, but he almost scored on that one. Now we go with the 2-back set at the goal line, and the handoff, and Tyson walks in for a touchdown. And we are up 14-0, his 2nd of the day, 1 through the air and 1 on the ground, as his stellar season continues. And after the kickoff, which ended in a touchback, Florida International starts on their own 25. Proctor drops, good pocket, deep shot over the middle, caught, and drugged down right around midfield. 26-yard pass to Dawson. He 1st and 10. Here's the handoff, up the middle. 6-yard run by Carey. He's 2nd down and 4 as they go no huddle. They do this a lot. It's going to be like this the entire game. Handoff Carey, cuts it back, and he's not going to get there. He gets drugged down, only a 2-yard gain. That'll be a 3rd down and 2. Again, no huddle. Now they shift. They catch us in a bad defense. It's not fun. And here's the fake. There's a handoff up the middle. It's got room, and Van Claiborne drags him down from behind. That's a 24-yard gain by Carey down to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. Again, no huddle. Going empty backfield. Proctor drops, looks, throws, stop route, caught, and is going to be shy. Be a 9-yard pass to Juju Lewis. Again, no huddle. 2nd down and 1 from the 8. Proctor taking his time. And read options, trying to get outside. Gets around 1 and gets the 1st down. So he gets dragged down at the 5-yard line. Be 1st and goal from there. And here's the handoff up the middle and into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Devontae Lyons, it's his 1st carry of the game, and it's a big one. It's a touchdown. Gets this back to a 7-point game. He just found a hole and pushed his way in. And both teams would punt, so now we're going to pick this up at 3:02 left here in the second quarter. Frost drops, looks over the middle, caught. That's Page, cuts it back. Big gainer there. 20-yard pass to Scooter Page. Now we're in Florida International territory. 1st and 10 on their 42. Here's the handoff. Tyson cuts it back, tries to find some room up the middle, picks up 6 on the play. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Close ball game. Has 2nd down and 4 from their 36. Frost drops, looks, throws, out route. Shettron's got it and gets dragged down at their 25. 1st and 10. Didn't rule him out of bounds, so clock's going. There's a handoff to Tyson up the middle, and he's only going to pick up 2 on the draw. And after an incomplete pass, it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Receiver goes in motion. Frost drops, looks, got a man over the middle again. That's Page. And another 1st down conversion for the Pharaohs. 10 yards to Scooter. It's down to their 13. 112 and counting left. Here's a handout. Tyson, big hole up the middle. And he's down inside the 5. Another 1st down. And that's a timeout by FIU. They want some time left on this. First one of the half. Here's a handoff, and Strickland gets grabbed in the backfield and dragged down for a 2-yard loss as FIU calls another timeout. Be 2nd and goal, 1:04 left in the half. And here's Tyson, cuts it back, another hole, he's in for the touchdown. His 3rd of the half, 2nd on the ground. And we jump back out to that 14-point lead. It's Tyson having a day. Shettron had it the first game of this episode. And that'll take us to halftime. 21-7 lead for our Pharaohs. You can see 15 carries, 87 yards, 3 total touchdowns. Great first half by Keontae Tyson. Take a look at these stats now. See 19 first downs to their 8, 298 yards to 124. We have 31 yards rushing. We have 94, 204 passing to their 93. 2 of 7 on 3rd. We're 5 out of 8. No picks, no penalties for them, and time of possession is almost 10 minutes. And after 4 straight punts to start the 2nd half, we're going to pick this up. We have the ball on our own 44, 1st and 10, and there's no gain on the run there by Tyson. Both teams struggling in the 2nd half to move the ball. Frost drops, screen pass dumped out to Tyson, gets a block up the sideline again, 40 and out of bounds at the 36. 20-yard screen to Tyson. He subs out. Frost drops. Now he throws a screen the other way. Ty Hardy this time, and he breaks a tackle, cuts it back in, and he's going to get a 1st down as he picks up 12. Going back-to-back screen passes. We have 1st and 10 at the 24. Trips the short side. Guy goes in motion. Frost drops. Here comes pressure. Throws over the middle. That's Page. And he's going to wiggle his way and get another 1st down. 11-yard gain on that one. Down to the 13. Just killing him on these slants and drags. There's a run up the middle, and Tyson only gains 1 on the play. He's 2nd down and 9. 3 wide with the tight end. Here's Tyson up the middle, trying to push forward, and he's going to pick up 5 in the play. He'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 from the 7. Frost drops, looks, throws, out route Shettron, and he's got just enough for the 1st down. So now we have 1st and goal at the 3. And now we're going to audible. Don't like this look. Play action. Frost dump it to Tyson in the flat, and he pushes his way through 3 defenders for his 4th touchdown of the day. 2nd one through the air. Keontae Tyson is the man of this game. Look at this. He just ran over that DB. We're up 28-7 now. After the kickoff, we're going to pick it up 3rd down and 9 for Florida International. And here comes the pressure, and down he goes. Joshua Townsend beats his block, and down goes Proctor. He looks like he's banged up a little bit on that play, and that's Townsend's 10th sack of the season. We're going to force them to punt the ball. Hemphill, ton of punts today. Booming kick. Shettron's got it. Straight up the middle, looks to get to the outside, gets a block, beats one man, got to get past the punter, and he does, and he is going to go to the house, 58 yards. Talyn Shettron, another punt return touchdown, as we go up 35-7. Kickoff ended up in a touchback, so they're going to start the next drive on their 25. Proctor swings it out in the flat, caught. It's going to be a gain of 5 on the play by Staten. Their tight end. Here's the handoff up the middle, and did he get enough? No, Kari was short. It's going to be 3rd and inches, and that's going to be it for the third quarter. So we're going to go to the fourth, absolutely blowing these guys out, 35-7. You can see right there, we are ranked number 14. And they have a new quarterback in for this, and he gets a quarterback sneak and gets the first down. Clayton Dees. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's going to stay in the game. And try and run something different. Yep, read option. Tries to get outside. Stops. Wow. He's got great change of direction. Picks up 3 on the play when there's nothing there. Be 2nd down and 7. And fake. No RPO pass out to the flat. Caught. And he beats his guy. And it's a foot race to the end zone, and we are not going to catch him. Wow. 62-yard RPO pass from Dees to Tyson Carter. Look at this play. We have 2 guys out there being blocked. We have a 3rd guy who's doing nothing. Play rec of 0, awareness of 0. And Carter's just off to the races. And Florida International gets their 2nd touchdown of the day. After a Florida International turnover on downs, we get the ball back here, 10:39 left. There's a handoff, Hardy up the middle, pushing through. He's going to pick up 4 on the play. He's 2nd down and 6. Back to the 4 wide receiver set. Tyson tries to get to the outside, and there's nothing there. No gain, and they'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Trying to move the chains here, keep this going. Frost drops. Looks, throws. He's got Foreman at the 30, 35, 40. Can the DB catch him? No, he's down the sideline, and he is going to go to the house. Javonte Foreman, 76 yards on the drag. Just needed to convert the first down. Instead, we get the touchdown. And it's another laughter, 42-14 after we kick this extra point. Javian Foreman, like I said, Javonte. Great drag, and they had a linebacker on him, and there was no way he was going to catch him. DB just didn't have the right angle. And after they turn the ball over on downs, there's a deep shot, and Scooter Page is going to wrap up the scoring. They pressed both Scooter Page and Talyn Shettron on the page, so we just sent them both on go routes, and Page beat his guy, and we just tossed it up there, lobbed it up there, and he went and got the ball. And if you're going to press us, you're going to pay the price. And mercifully, that was it as we put up 49 points. Hammer FIU 49-14. First quarter is the only one we didn't score 14 points in. And there we go, 29 carries, 120 yards, and 4 total touchdowns. Keontae Tyson was player of the game. And the seniors go out with a big home win as we go undefeated in Conference USA. Let's check out these stats. 27 first downs to 14, 506 yards to 268, 131 yards rushing to 65. Passing side, 375 to 203. They were 5 out of 16 on 3rd down. We were 7 out of 14. No turnovers. And 28 minutes to 20. Stats side, Frost 24-36, 375, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Tyson 29 for 120 and 2 on the ground. Receiving side, Shettron 9 for 92, Page 6 for 91 and a touchdown, Foreman 4 for 102 and a touchdown, Tyson 2 more receiving touchdowns. Blocking side, 18 pancakes for DeMarcus Perkins. That's 35 pancakes in 2 games. Defensively, 16 tackles by Bubba Van Claiborne, 4 TFLs, another game with huge TFL totals. Sack side, we had 6 sacks on the game, no picks. And the single season record for most rushing yards, Keontae Tyson, new school record. And Talyn Shettron, most receptions in a single season for Memphis Tech. Conference USA Player of the Week. And National Offensive Player of the Week, Keontae Tyson. And that was just an absolute blowout. As you can see, we are ranked number 13, and South Carolina lost. Wow. So South Carolina drops out of first place, and we have a new number 1. Look at this college football bracket, and they have us facing UCLA now as Carolina drops to the 8th seed, taking on Florida, with Georgia, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Oregon the top 4 seeds. Let's check out the conference standings. See, we're 11-0, Liberty's 10-1, and we're 8-0 in conference to their 6-1. Their only loss was to us, and we will be taking these guys on in the conference championship for sure. Now we travel to Lafayette, Louisiana, and take on the Raging Cajuns. Last year in the New Orleans Bowl, tie game, 5 seconds left. Ian Wells with a big game-winning kick as we get our bowl victory, our first bowl victory in the dynasty. Like I said, now we have to go on the road, play in hostile territory, and the Raging Cajuns are looking for some payback. They thought they had that game won, or at least was going to go into overtime, and I didn't shank the ball for once on the kick meter. But now we have a big road game here, so we try to finish the regular season undefeated. Can't wait to see how this rematch goes. Two very even teams for the most part. You can see what they've done on the year. And like I said, trying to keep our undefeated streak going here. And we're going to get the ball first. To kick this ball off, LJ Young's going to take this at the 6, goes straight up the middle of an angle to his left, and get dropped at the 24-yard line, pick up 18 yards on that return. And you can see Tyson, that was just his rushing. He had 2 more receiving yards and another 78, so he had almost 200 yards of offense against FIU. Here we are, 1st and 10 at the 24. Man in motion. Frost drops, looks, throws, out route. Shettron's got it, and he's got a first down. Gain of 14 there. We don't run the ball on first down to start the game for change. Now Shettron goes in motion. Here's the handoff. Tyson hole up the middle, cuts it back, and he's going to fall forward. Pick up 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Frost drops quick, out route again. And this time Page has it, and he's going to move the chains. 3-yard pass to Scooter. And after a -1 yard run and an incomplete pass, we're back to a 3rd and 11 now. Frost drops, looks, throws, and it's dropped. Incomplete pass there. But a flag on the play. It's going to be holding. Gatola. And they're going to decline this call. It's going to bring up a 4th and 11. Here's York. Oh, and he shanked it. My goodness. What did he do? Punt that with his knee? That's a 10-yard shanked punt. That's the worst punt I've ever done in my life. And that's where the Raging Cajuns are going to take over now on their own 44-yard lines. You see the impact players for this game. Wow. What a terrible punt by York. Duncan Grant, quarterback, looks, throws over the middle, caught, and that's going to be a 8-yard gain to Caden Jensen, the tight end. They go no huddle. They're going to do this all game as well. Very, very annoying. 2nd down and 2. Grant, quick throw, caught, and that's going to be a 1st down. Slant pass there to Jaden Johnson. And after they would have a delay of game penalty, they just never snapped the ball. It's going to be 1st and 15. Here's a handoff, cuts back, and no room there at all. Darryl Smith thought he had a lane on the backside, but it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 14. Tight formation. Grant drops, a little swing pass to the running back. Rockwell's got it in space down the sideline to the 20, 15, and out of bounds at the 14-yard line. 30-yard swing pass to Antonio Rockwell. We were blitzing on the play, and they had the right play dialed up for that. No huddle again. 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's Rockwell trying to get outside, and he's going to get down to the 10. Pick up, well, they're marked at 11. Pick up 4 on the play. Be 2nd down and 6 as they go no huddle one more time. Grant, handoff Rockwell, and no room that time. Blanks comes in and drops him for a loss. 2-yard loss, and going to be 3rd down and 8. Grant drops. Good pocket, throws over the middle, caught, and that's going to be a first down. 9-yard pass to Charles Robertson. And that's going to be a first down and goal from the 3. Here's a handoff, and there's no room up the middle. Dylan Redmond, first carry, he gets dropped for a 1-yard gain. That'll bring up a second down and 2. As Darrell Smith checks in at running back. Man in motion. Here's a handoff. Smith to the outside, cuts it back to the outside again. Herky-jerky run there, and he's in for the touchdown. As the Raging Cajuns take a 7-0 lead in this game. Smith and Rockwell are going to be their running back tandem for this game. And we're going to start at our own 25-yard line after the kickoff. Here's a handoff. Big hole to middle for Tyson. And big first down run, 11-yard gain. We got a 1st and 10 now at the 36. Trips to the short side. Frost drops, looks, got 2-man crossing, and across the middle, that's Page. 21 yards on the deep end. We get the ball into Louisiana territory. 1st and 10 on their 43. There's a handoff to Tyson up the middle, pushes through 3 guys, but only gains 2 yards on the play. That'll bring up a second down and 8. Frost drops. Looks, throws, got Page on the drag, cuts it up, and he's going to get a first down. There we go. 1st and 10 on their 32. He's going to hand off to Tyson. Huge hole up the middle, into the secondary. Still going down to the 16-yard line. 16-yard gain by Keontae Tyson. Ross drops, looks, out route, caught Shettron, and he's in for the touchdown as we march right back down and tie this game up. Talyn Shettron, another touchdown. Trying to improve his Heisman candidacy as he beats the guy on the short out. And after the kickoff, we're going to pick it up. Louisiana on their own 44, 3rd down and 4. Grant throws, got a man open at the 40, and spins off a guy and steps out of bounds. 24-yard gain to Shelton Sampson. So they have it down to our 32. Here's a handoff. Rockwell trying to get outside. He only picks up 1 on the play. Again, they go no huddle. He's 2nd down and 9. And another handoff to Rockwell. Nice hole, and he gets dragged down. Picks up 5 on a play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 as they go no huddle one more time. Now they shift. Grant IDing the mic. Steps back, looks, steps up, throws, and you can get the animation. There we go, incomplete pass. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going to try a 43-yard field goal, and the kick is up and doink off the upright. Tony Sterner clanks one off the pole, and this game stays tied at 7. And we hop to the second quarter now. We're driving after that missed field goal. 1st and 10 on the 47. Frost under pressure throws, and it's going to be caught. And it's going to be just shy. 10-yard pass to Shettron is going to make it 2nd down in inches. Frost drops, looks, going 4 verts, throws it down the hash, and it's going to be picked off. Bad decision there by Frost as Stephen Rennell, the free safety, goes up and grabs it. He had Shettron double teamed. It's perfect time to go 4 verts on a 2nd and inches, but it was a bad decision to throw to Shettron on the play. Late pressure, that didn't involve it. It's just a bad throw. And they're going to pick it up now. 1st and 10 on their 30. Play action. And up the middle throw. And it's caught. Looked like we were going to get there late, but 16-yard pass to Robertson. Moves the chains as they go no huddle. Out to their 46. 2-back set. Grant drops. Looks, throws, got an out route, and that's going to be caught and dragged down inside the 25. Jaden Johnson, 30 yards on that out. So they scramble up on the no huddle. 1st and 10 on our 24. This is so maddening to play defense against this the entire game. Man in motion again. They take forever. They hustle up the line and then take forever. Here's a handoff trying to get to the outside, and not getting much is going to be Smith. Going to pick up 3. Bring up a 2nd down and 7. So they go no huddle one more time. Now they shift. Smith handoff, tries to get outside, and nothing there again. He only picks up one. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 as we go no huddle for the umpteenth time here in the first half. Grant takes a snap, looks, good pocket, no pressure, steps up. Now there's pressure, throws, and he has to throw it away. He almost got sacked there from behind. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 6. Sterner trying a 36-yarder this time, and it is right down the middle and good. So the Raging Cajuns do jump out to a 10-7 lead. We're going to get the ball after the kickoff on our own 24. Trips to the short side again. Frost drops, looks, swing pass. Tyson's got it. 35-30 and gets dragged down just shy of the 1st down. Gets 9 yards on the swing pass. We would have a holding call in the next play. So we have 2nd down and 11. Frost drops. Little dump pass to Tyson on the screens. Got a block. Another block up the sideline and pushed out of bounds. At the 47, a 24-yard screen pass to Tyson. Here's a handoff to Hardy. He's got some room, and he pushes forward, and he picks up 7 on the play. Ty Hardy subbing in for Tyson. That'll bring us 2nd down and 3. Frost looking over the middle. He's got Shettron, and he gets dragged down, but he gets the 1st down. Pick up a 9 on the play. 1st and 10 at their 38. As he goes short side trips again. Shettron goes in motion. Frost drops, looks, got the crosser. This is Page, and it's going to be shy of the 1st down, but he still picks up 8 on the drag route. Now he had 2nd down and 2. 7 minutes and counting left in the first half. He's a handoff to Tyson. Huge hole at the middle, into the secondary, and he gets dragged down at the 10-yard line. A 19-yard gain by Keontae Tyson. Dude is on fire. Now we have a 1st and goal at the 10. Trips to the wide side for a change. RPO pass out to Foreman in the flat, and it's going to pick up 7 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd and goal from the 3. 2-back set, Strickland and Tyson. Here's a handoff to Tyson. Hole at the middle, and he powers his way in for another touchdown as we take a 14-10 lead. And Louisiana's going to start at their own 25 after a touchback on the kickoff. Man in motion. Grant, RPO pass out in the flat. Gets 1 block, but that's not a good one as 2 guys were there. 4-yard pass to Robertson. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Another man in motion. Grant, handoff. Smith trying to get outside, and he gets dragged down. He's actually going to lose 2 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 8 as they go no huddle. Grant taking his sweet time here. Takes the snap. Looking. Over the middle. Caught, and that's going to be a big gainer. 19 yards to Jalen Johnson. That's going to get him a 1st down at the 46. And after back-to-back incomplete passes, they got a 3rd and 10. Grant's another great pocket all day back there. Finally throws a comeback route, caught, and that's going to be a 1st down. As Russell Babineau came back on that play, picks up 30. We only rushed 4, and nobody could get loose. 1st and 10 now. And goes in motion. Here's a handoff up the middle. Rockwell is going to pick up 3 on the play. He's 2nd down and 7. No huddle again. Now the running back goes in motion. Grant drops, looks, throws, out route, caught. Minimal gain there, 2 yards. Robertson with the catch. Now bring up 3rd and 5. No huddle again. Now they shift. Under 4 minutes left here in the first half. Grant taking his sweet time again. Drops, and here comes a blitz, and down he goes. Terrell Pace with the corner blitz. We had enough of that crap and just sent our corner on a blitz. And down goes Grant. Had no one to account for him. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 11. They're going to try another field goal here. 42 yards by Sterner again. And it's right down the middle. And it's now a 1-point game at 14-13. And after the kickoff, we'll take over on our own 27-yard line. Incomplete pass on 1st down, so we pick it up at 2nd and 10. Frost throws, caught. Foreman, 10-yard curl. It's going to be a 1st down. 2.5 minutes left. Trips to the short side. Frost drops, looks, got a crosser over the middle, caught. Foreman cuts it up. He's going to pick up 7 on the play. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. He's second down and 3 on our own 45-yard line. Both teams with 3 timeouts left. Frost drops, looks, out route, caught. Shettron up the sideline and out of bounds at their 39-yard line. 16-yard gain. 1st and 10s. Frost drops, looks, throws over the middle again to Shettron. He's going to pick up 3 on that play. He's 2nd and 7. Letting some of this clock run off. There's the handoff to Tyson up the middle. Another hole. He's going to push through and get the first down. 11-yard gain there. Be 1st and 10 on their 26. Slot man Foreman goes in motion. And handoff Tyson tries to get outside. Cuts it back inside. He's going to pick up 6 on the play. Be 2nd down and 4. Under a minute left. Down to their 21-yard line. Handoff to Tyson, and he's going to get swarmed over by a host of guys, and that's going to be a negative gain on that play. As we call our first timeout, Tyson lost 4 yards on the play, so now it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Now we're going to audible. Frost drops, looks, throws. Shettron's caught it, and he pushes forward and gets the first down on the out route. Don't call a timeout. 32 seconds left. Here's a handoff. Tyson hole at the middle, and he's all the way in for the touchdown. Keontae Tyson, his 2nd touchdown of the half. As we jump out to a 21-13 lead. Tyson looked like he was shot out of a cannon as soon as he got through the offensive line and saw that hole. And that's going to take us to halftime as we lead 21-13. Great back and forth game. See, Tyson already has 100 yards rushing in the first half and 2 touchdowns. As he has been just phenomenal for us down the stretch all season, really. Look at the stats for the first half. 17-11 on first downs, 294 to 227 on total yards, 111 yards rushing to 11. Passing side, 183 to 216. 2 out of 3 on third downs. They're 5 out of 8. We threw 1 pick in the first half. And time of possession, about 3 minutes apart. And Louisiana would go 3 and out and punt on their first drive of the second half. And we're going to pick it up here. 1st and 20. We had a holding call on first down. And here's a slant to Gunderson over the middle. Picks up 11. Cuts that in half. So now we have a 2nd down and 9. And after an incomplete pass, it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Frost drops, looks, got a man over the middle. Caught. Page runs away from the defender and then cuts it up and gets the first down. Great decision there. 12 yards on the drag. Moves the chains on their 43. Tight formation. Tyson trying to get the edge. Cuts it up. It's got a hole into the secondary. Gets dragged down. Another big run by Keontae Tyson. 17 yards. We're down to their 26-yard line. Frost drops, throws. Caught by Gunderson. Weird animation there. He picks up 7. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Trips to the left. Tyson trying to find room. He's got a hole. Finally cuts it up. Picks up 8 on the play. They'll be 1st and 10 at the 11. Trips to the right. Frost. Handoff. And Tyson swallowed up in the backfield. Is going to lose 3 yards on the play. Sorry, that was Hardy, not Tyson. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 13. Frost drops, looks, throws into the end zone. And it's dropped, but there's a flag on the play. And it looks like, yeah, it's going to be pass interference on Louisiana. So we're going to get it 1st and goal at the 1. Huge penalty for them. And we go big. We brought 3 tight ends in for this play. And a handoff straight up the middle, and that's a touchdown. Tavion Grant, first touchdown of the year. Our 4th-string running back gets some love in the game as he powers it in. And we're up 28-13 after the extra point. And after 2 unproductive drives by Louisiana and 1 by us, we're going to take over here on our own 7. Here's Tyson with a run to the outside. Big hole. And he pushes forward. Picks up 20 yards on the play. It'd be 1st down and 7. 1st and 10 from the 27. And there's a fake. Frost throws it out to the flat. Shettron's got it. Falls forward. He's going to pick up 4 on the play. An incomplete pass on 2nd down is going to make it 3rd down and 6. Frost drops, looks, throws, crosser. Shettron's got it, gets a block, pushes forward. He's going to get the first down, 18 yards on that drag, and it's going to be 1st and 10. After an incomplete on first down, it's 2nd and 10. Throw over the middle. Strickland's got it, bounces off one guy into the secondary, and he's down. Big gain there, 22 yards on the Texas route. Was supposed to be a screen, but we saw them all on that left side, so we took the Texas route. Here's a delay up the middle. Strickland on the draw. He's going to pick up 5. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. We had an incomplete pass on first down. Frost drops, looks, throws. Shettron's got it, and he splits the defenders. He's in for a touchdown. Talyn Shettron, 25 yards on the corner route. What a play. Look at this replay. Jumps, uses his body to shield the defenders, and then splits them as they both fell down like bowling pins. And we are now up 35-13 as we start the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10 for Louisiana. Pass over the middle, and it's going to be just shy of the first down. 9-yard slant to Robertson. Louisiana's in a hole now, down 22 points. RPO pass out into the flat, and gets by one guy and gets dragged down. That's Johnson again. 1st and 10 now on our own 38. Grant drops, good pocket, throws, out route, caught, and out of bounds. Sampson is going to pick up 18 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 at our 20. Man in motion. Grant takes a snap. Here comes the pressure, and down he goes. True freshman Russ Jolly with the sack. Going to make it 2nd and 18 as he came off the edge. That 90 speed really served its purpose there as we just swarmed him over at the end. Now we're going to skip to 3rd down and 14. Grant drops, looks, throws over the middle, caught, bouncing off one, and that's going to be a first down as they convert 16 yards on the seam shot to Robertson. It's 1st and goal at the 8. Toss over the middle and drag down shy of the end zone. That's Babineau, 6 yards. Now we're going to skip to 3rd and goal. Trying to get that touchdown. Pistol formation. Handoff. Rockwell straight up the middle. He's in for the touchdown. As they cut this down to a 2-score lead. Extra point will make it 35-20. In our ensuing drive after the touchdown, chance to go up 18, and we shank the field goal again as York pulls it to the left. And we give the ball back. Only a 2-score lead. 2:02 left in the game, as you see. Trying to make this a 1-score game. Grant drops, looks, throws. Oh, wide open at the 50, down the sideline. That's Robertson. Is he going to catch him? And yes, he does. He gets pushed out of bounds. Broken coverage there. And they get a first down all the way down to the 12. I've never seen a receiver so open. Here's a slant pass. Robertson's got that. Now an incomplete pass. They can bring it up 3rd down and 2. Grant looking, throwing, caught, and he powers his way in for the touchdown. Sampson from 4 yards. And this is now a 1-score game. I still can't believe we blew that coverage so bad, but Sampson gets the touchdown. And we're only up 8 now. But we would get the onside kick, run the ball down the field, and take the knee finally to end this thrilling game. Looked like it was going to be a laugher early, but the Raging Cajuns made a game of it late. But we hang on and win 12-0 in the regular season. Tyson, 23 carries, 165, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. This team has just been phenomenal this year, playing way over their heads, and I can't be more proud of them. And what a way to finish off this regular season, going 12-0, getting the big road win against Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Kind of had to hold them off in the 4th quarter, but let's check out these stats. 29 first downs to 20, 512 yards to 417. They ran the ball 29 times for 175 yards and 3 touchdowns. They only had 9 yards rushing, mostly because of sacks eating up those yards. Passing side, we threw for 337. They threw for 408. 6 of 9 on 3rd down for us, 10 of 16 for them. We threw 2 picks, only cost us a field goal, so that was limited damage, and we had almost 8 minutes more time of possession. Player stats-wise, Bryce Frost, 29 of 41, 337, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Keontae Tyson, 23 carries for 165 and 2 touchdowns. Tavion Grant, the 1-yard plunge for his first touchdown of the season. Receiving side, Shettron, 14 catches, 160 yards, and 2 touchdowns. No sacks allowed. Defensively, 17 tackles by Bubba Van Claiborne, 10 by Terrell Pace. Look at all those TFLs. Sacks, we only had, 4 sacks? 1, 2, 3 sacks. And no picks. And after the game, Keontae Tyson set the Memphis Tech career rushing yards record, and Talyn Shettron set the Memphis Tech career receiving yards in one season. Shettron also set the Memphis Tech career receptions record. Let's advance this week, see where we are on the top 25 poll and in recruiting. Talyn Shettron, Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week with that big game. And we are in the Conference USA Championship game, rematch against Liberty. We beat them earlier in the year. They beat us last year, so this will be a great test if you can beat them twice in one season. And the winner of this matchup gets to go to the college football playoff. Let's check out this recruiting board. Our 2 quarterbacks. He's almost to the top 5. He's still hanging back. In a recruiting battle with Syracuse. Probably not going to get it because I think Syracuse with that high tier is going to steal him at the end. Number 1 on this 4-star. Number 1 on that 4-star. Clinging to a number 1 there on Ficken. Drogi easily number 1. Mustard easily number 1. Ebron trying to fend off Texas. Number 1 on that 4-star. Number 1 there. 1, 1. All these guys are 1. Anybody we're trailing on. Big battle for that 3-star left tackle. That's amazing. And we may have to peel some points off of here to go there. I don't know. We'll see. Number 1 on that left tackle. Edge, Mike, free safety, strong safety. We were passed up by Oregon. We don't have to have him. He's just extra. We already have a guy that we could play at strong safety, but it'd be nice to get a real strong safety. And number 2 on those 2 guys. Number 1 on this Mike, not on his board. 1 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. So we got a lot of other options. And it's going to come down to the very end on some of these guys. You can see several of these guys are going to be, we're just going to easily wrap them up because no one's recruiting them. We'll get these 2 quarterbacks without ever having to have a visit or put much time into them. And right now in the college football playoff bracket, we are number 12, and now we're facing South Carolina instead of UCLA. So that's a tough matchup if we get that. And on the Heisman Trophy list, look at that. Talyn Shettron with that big game jumps to number 1 over John Mateer, and Keontae Tyson comes in at number 4. We have 2 of the top 5 players on the Heisman Trophy list. My goodness. Wow. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Next episode is Conference USA Championship game, rematch against Liberty. It'll be a 1-game episode. From here on out, it's going to be a 1-game episode. And before that game, I will show you why this team is overperforming their ratings. It has to do with our coach and our coach build. And you're doing a small school rebuild. You need to do this coach build. So anyway, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode goes live and you don't miss the Conference USA Championship. Until then, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.